Hello and welcome to my channel. On the first episode, we'll be showing you how to make something that is complicated yet sophisticated, and that is steak frites. First up, we have salt. We'll be using kosher today, as it is a very common ingredient that is being used in pretty much all or any of my recipes. Next up, we have basil. We'll be using dry today, and we're not going to be using fresh because it's going to make it limp. I'm talking about the fries, of course. Next up, we have steak. We'll be using prime grade ribeye because it's very tender and it won't take you a couple of years to finish chewing it. Next up, we have black pepper. Do we need to use fresh one? No, I think this is good enough for this recipe. Then we have Russet potato. My grandma used to call it Holland potato. I don't know if they really come from Holland, but that's what I've been calling it since I was very young. We'll also be using butter. I use unsalted mainly because I use it for all my recipes, and you will not have to worry about baking a salty cake next time when you use it to bake. We'll be using rosemary and garlic. Can you use garlic in tubes? No, it will get burned really easily. I like it with skins on, as it will last longer in a pan. Last but not least, you'll be using oil. You can use peanut oil or corn oil or whatever oil that you have at home. First off, you're going to rinse off the potato. You're going to clean up any dirt that are on there. Then you can proceed with peeling off the skins. As you're peeling it, you're going to realize there are going to be spots that you cannot peel the skins from. That is perfectly fine. However, if you're OCD and you want it to be spotless clean, then what I can recommend you to do is to use the tip of the peeler to take out any of the remainder of the skins. After you have finished washing and peeling the potato, then you can proceed into cutting it. What you want to do is you want to cut it in half, then into slices, then into sticks. As you're cutting it, one thing to keep in mind is that you don't want to cut it too short, too long, or too thick. Here are the reasons why. If you cut it too short, then it'll break. If you cut it too long, it's not going to be hard enough. If you cut it too thick, then it's not going to be as crispy as you want it. Just like anything in life, balance is the key. After you finish cutting the potato into steaks, then what you'll be doing is you'll be rinsing off all the starches from the potato. After that, you'll soak it in water. Prepare a pot of hot water. The purpose of doing this is to remove any excess moisture and starches. You'll want to blanch it for about 5 minutes, depending on how thick you cut the potato. How you know if it's ready or not is you will test it out with a fork. If you can feel a slight resistance when you poke into it, then it's ready. However, if you poke through it without putting any force, then it's overcooked. You know what I mean, right? Once this is done, then you will drain out the water and let it cool before chilling in the fridge. Chill it in the fridge for about 15 minutes, then proceed into frying. Before putting in oil, make sure the pan is hot. Otherwise, the potato will stick to the bottom of the pan. Some people will use a thermometer. However, since I'm Asian, I like to use chopsticks. When you see bubbles coming out from the chopsticks, then it's ready to fry. Fry for about 5 minutes until it's hot enough. If it turns a golden color, then it's overcooked. Then fish out the fries and let cool in the fridge for another 15 minutes. If you're not serving it immediately, you can save them in the freezer until you want to use it again. Now, we'll season the steak both sides generously with salt and pepper. As you can see, I'm cleaning the plate with the steak so I don't have to wash it after. Save time and dignity. And the purpose of doing this is to save all the seasoning from going to waste. For garlic, we're going to gently crush it before we use it. Lastly, cut a tablespoon of butter. Heat up the pan until it's smoking hot. Not just hot, but smoking hot where you will really see smoke coming out of the pan. Pour in a clog of oil, but not too much, otherwise you'll be broiling the steak. I am making my steak medium rare. Some people like it raw, but there's a risk to it. And because of that, I like mine to be partially cooked. Fry for about 3 minutes, then flip it. Add rosemary, garlic, and butter. If you're aiming for high temperature, then fry for longer before adding those in. Otherwise, everything will be burnt and the steak will taste bitter. After adding in the butter, be sure to baste the steak like I'm doing right now. The point of doing this is to allow the steak to cook more evenly and most importantly, to keep it moist. Yes, that's right, moist. Everything tastes so much better when it's moist. It is very crucial to keep basting the steak with butter, as the steak will cook more evenly. Basically, the same concept as telling your girlfriend how much you love her on a daily basis. You might think it's pointless, but other girls buy that and they think it is an assurance of your love to her. After it's cooked to your liking, take it out and put it on a plate to rest, along with the used butter, garlic, and rosemary. How long to rest a steak will depend on how tired you are. Just kidding. You'll rest the steak the same amount of time you cook it for. If you cook it for 5 minutes, rest it for 5 minutes, and you can rest too if you want. When the steak is taking a nap, we will now finish frying the fries. Add in the fries when the oil is hot, then fry until it's golden brown. Fish out the fries when they are done. Put them on a colander to let them cool. You want to make sure you put it on a colander to let it air out, otherwise the fries will be limp, and you don't want anything limp. Then proceed with seasoning the fries with salt, pepper, and basil. And there we have it, steak frites. When I cut into it, I should see pink in the center. Oops, the knife is not sharp enough. There we go. It's now cut, and it is perfect medium rare. Hello and thank you for watching my YouTube channel. In this channel, I'll be teaching you how to cook different cuisines. Chinese, English, American, anything you name it. Anything that you want to make, anything that you're not sure about, leave a comment for me. I'll be sharing all my cooking tips that I've learned over the years with all of you audience. Thank you for watching.